The earth trembled beneath Krampus's feet as he stood over Santa, ready to bring an end to the battle. The cold winds howled around them, the storm of destruction still swirling as if the very forces of nature were watching. But then, a deep rumbling emanated from the ground, and the air thickened with a sense of impending doom. Something was stirring beneath the ice, a force far darker than anything Krampus had ever encountered.
Krampus, do not strike yet. There is something else, something you are not seeing. The balance, it is shifting again. Beware the darkness beneath.
Before Krampus could fully comprehend the warning, the ice beneath him cracked.
Fool, you think you've won? You may have defeated me, but you'll never defeat what is coming.
From the cracks in the ice emerged a colossal entity, a monstrous form that seemed to absorb all light around it.
It is time to end this cycle. I am the true force that governs this world. I am the darkness that was here before the light. I am the ancient power that both Krampus and Santa were born from. And now, I will take my place.
Krampus's heart sank as the enormity of what was happening became clear. This creature was no mere force of nature. It was the source of the imbalance.
Did you think you could ever control the balance, Krampus? You and I, we are mere pawns in the game of this ancient power. He is the true master of fate. You never had a chance.
Krampus stumbled backward, unable to tear his eyes away from the dark figure.
Krampus, you are weak. You cannot defeat me. You were never meant to. I will reclaim the world, and everything you've done will be undone.
Krampus, still recovering from the battle with Santa, tried to steady himself. He summoned the power of the Keeper, but it felt insignificant in the face of the darkness before him. As the dark creature's form loomed larger, Santa, who had been lying prone, suddenly rose with a sinister grin.
Join me, Krampus. Together, we can overthrow this creature. It doesn't have to end like this. The world will be ours. You've seen the power I hold. Together, we can shape it all.
I'll never join you, Santa. Not now, not ever. You have fallen too far.
Krampus then turned to face the cosmic entity, steeling himself for what was to come. The storm intensified, and the ground beneath them cracked even more violently, as though the world itself was being torn apart by the conflict. And then, as if in response to Krampus's defiance, the dark entity raised its hand toward the heavens, tearing apart the fabric of reality itself. But Krampus, despite his weakened state, stood firm. He called upon the last reserves of his strength, summoning every ounce of power that had been granted to him by the Keeper. The collision between light and darkness was cataclysmic. The world shook, and the skies split, as if they were being torn in half. The explosion of energy sent shockwaves across the frozen wasteland, shattering the land and engulfing the cosmic creature in a blinding light. But as the light faded, Krampus found himself struggling to stay upright. His strength was depleted, and the battle had taken its toll on him. The last of the primordial darkness had been sealed, but at what cost? The ice and snow began to settle, but the damage was irreversible. The once frozen wasteland was now an even darker place. Krampus stood alone, his body battered and broken. Santa was gone, vanished into the aftermath of their battle. But that was a thought for another time.
The balance has been restored, Krampus, but the world will need time to heal.
But even as the words echoed in his mind, the storm may have ended, but the war for the world was far from over.